I was digging through some old RTÉ footage the other day and I came across a 6-1 news report from July 2016 which was as funny as it was educational. It was a proper scorcher of a day, 30 degrees Celsius at Mount Dillon in Roscommon and 25 in the Phoenix Park. And the tone of the report was exactly what you would expect from normal people experiencing a rare bit of decent Irish summer. They were delighted.
Well, today was officially the hottest day of the year so far. Temperatures soared across the country with 30 degrees recorded at Mount Dillon in County Roscommon. The good spell of weather is set to continue, however, there will be a drop in temperatures from tomorrow. Our reporter Sinead Hussey joins us now from sunny Athlone. Looks absolutely glorious there where you are this evening. Sinead, apart from plenty of ice cream and hopefully plenty of sun cream as well, how have people been enjoying this fine dose of Irish summer?
Well, Ray, as you said, today officially the hottest day of the year so far. Not far from here, Mount Dillon in County Roscommon recording 30 degrees. The Phoenix Park in Dublin, 25 degrees. Dublin Airport, 24 degrees. And here, we believe, almost 30 degrees. As you say, the weather isn't going to continue. We're going to see a drop in temperatures. But certainly today, everyone was out and about enjoying every single moment. Basking in the sunshine as temperatures across the country reached the high 20s today. Blue skies, packed beaches, everyone enjoying the summer heat. It's the first time in 3 years that Met Éireann issued a high temperature warning, and it's all due to continental air coming from the Sahara Desert.
It's beautiful. It's lovely looking at the kids out swimming and enjoying themselves.
I think it is very good, the weather today, because usually it's always rain, and so then I'm very happy. I'm very impressed with the weather.
We're thinking about going away, and we're so glad now that we stayed at home, and it's nice to be in our own local area. And the Costa del Athlone, is that what we said? The Costa del Hudson Bay.
We left 90 degrees in Boston, so we didn't think we'd have such lovely weather here. We thought it would be raining.
Out on the water today, people were being urged to take care. A full moon tonight means riptides will be more frequent.
So you're going to find that there's going to be currents that will pull people away from shore. There'll be certain currents that'll drag people away out of safety and out of their depth. So they just need to be conscious of that.
For farmers, it's certainly the time to make hay while the sun shines.
We're blessed with the weather the way we got it today, and things looking up for looking down on us.
While the good weather is expected to last, Met Éireann says temperatures will fall tomorrow. But still time to get some sun and, of course, a 99. Well, temperatures will drop back to the mid or early 20s tomorrow, Met Éireann says. And dare I say it, unfortunately, they're forecasting rain for later in the week. So the message is enjoy the sun while it lasts.
Absolutely. Sinead Hussey in Hudson Bay in Athlone for us there tonight. Thanks, Sinead.
Now, is that not all bog standard and normal stuff that you'd expect? Meanwhile, fast forward to July 2026, a decade later to the month, when a similarly warm spell of around 30 degrees was experienced, and the contrast is almost comical. It's actually like something out of a skit. Get a load of this extremely terrifying coverage and the angle that they take on it.
Well, most of us do enjoy the warm weather, the dry weather, and it gives a lot of people a boost, people a new reason to go outside and be that little bit healthier. But there is a downside as well. A lot of research shows that when you look at mental illnesses, particularly substance misuse, rates tend to go up. So, for example, for every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature, the rate of significant alcohol and drug misuse goes up by about 5%. So a 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature producing a noticeable increase in drug and alcohol misuse. And that's in most countries around the world. And this has a knock-on effect. We find in heat waves, for example, the rates of acute distress presenting to hospitals. This could be, severe anxiety, severe depression and so forth. The rates of presentation go up by around 10% in a heat wave. So there is very much a downside as well in terms of irritability, in terms of anxiety and depression. And that can lead on to substance misuse and quite acute distress for some people.
Now, if you'll excuse me for just one moment, I think that contrasting coverage is after giving me whiplash. I have an excruciating pain in my neck because it is, of course, the same country similar temperatures, but the script has completely changed. While you're sitting there enjoying the sun, just remember you're potentially 1 degree away from a crippling addiction and a trip to A&E with clinical depression. This is just one clip of many, of course. Every other report out of the state broadcaster these days is about deadly heat waves and wildfires and water shortages and babies in Paris burning to death in hot cars, whereas comparable domestic temperatures a decade ago would have just been reported as a bit of banter and an excuse to break out the bikini. The objective facts haven't changed, but the way they're presented have. And the truth is, you can make anything seem scary if you really want to. If all you reported day in and day out was about STIs and sexual violence and unplanned pregnancies, you could even put people off physical intimacy. Anything, even up to and including a sunny day at the beach, can be made to look like a 9/11-esque chemical weapons attack if you describe it in a horrific enough manner and you only focus on the risks, the dangers, and the hyperbolic speculative projections. The only thing that's changed in the intervening decade is that RTÉ formally joined a climate change activist group called Covering Climate Now, as previously reported on Gript, which you can read more about here. Their goal is explicitly to transform media coverage of climate, and they instruct their members to drop balance, avoid platforming dissent, and to keep the crisis framing front and center at all times. They don't even pretend to be neutral in their coverage, and this proves it. Every warm spell must now be filtered through the approved lens of a crisis, mental health collapse, and societal breakdown, because that's what their activist peers have demanded. The fact that the 2016 clip now looks like radical counter-revolutionary material tells you everything you need to know about how off the rails RTÉ has gone lately, and you're forced to pay the license fee for the privilege of being force-fed obvious propaganda.
How was Gript Media permitted into the press council?
Gript Media have a pass-through to Leinster House. There's money to be made from this stuff. How do we challenge that?
Subscribe to Gript today, because we are the only voice that you have in Irish media, and if we don't put these questions to Irish politicians, then nobody will.
You're filibustering, Minister. This is not in contention.
You don't understand what I said, or you just don't want to understand what I said?
I don't think you understand what you said. It's our official company policy that we will never take government handouts, ever. So subscribe today to get exclusive content on Gript.ie.
There is no question that declining to engage with Gript brings on a massive response from people who support it.
Interrogative and investigative journalists till you get to the facts.
Respectfully, that's what I'm trying to do.